Cassie. It's nice to finally meet with you. I'm Bri Henderson from Ad Astra. Thanks so much for meeting with me today. How is your day going so far?
Hi, Bri. It's so nice to finally meet you. It's going really good. Very busy, but just trying to make the most of everything.
Yeah, that's good to hear. I'm assuming you're working from home with the virus and stay-at-home orders in place.
Yes, I am. This whole situation is just absolutely crazy and insane, but I'm definitely enjoying spending more time with my family.
Oh yeah, I definitely understand that. I honestly didn't think I'd ever have to live through a pandemic. So when I spoke with you on the phone last week, you said you had about 15 minutes for a meeting. Does that still work for you?
Yes.
Awesome, great. So how familiar are you with Ad Astra and our scheduling software?
I'm not really too familiar with it. I maybe have like a little bit of an idea. I know it's a scheduling software, but yeah, that's about all I know.
Yeah. So Ad Astra is a scheduling software company. We're based in Overland Park, Kansas. Our main goal is to help more students graduate on time by solving classroom scheduling issues. We provide different scheduling softwares, including event scheduling and classroom scheduling. Does that sound like something maybe you and ASU would be interested in?
Yeah, totally. I definitely like to hear more.
Awesome. So I'd like to first ask you a few questions to get a feel for how you handle classroom scheduling. So could you tell me maybe how you go about deciding what classes are in each room and how you organize that whole system?
Yeah, I probably handle most of this part. I have an Excel sheet I started through halfway of the previous semester and try to, get ahead. It involves a lot of emailing back and forth between professors and faculty. I then send it to the head of enrollment who double checks it and looks for errors. He emails me back to me, then we double check one more time to make sure, each class is scheduled correctly.
I see. In what ways do you think that process could be more efficient?
The process, usually takes 2 to 3 weeks to finish because there's so many classrooms and classes. If we could speed up that process, it would be much easier to focus on more important projects, especially enrollment.
Of course. So, like, what impact could cutting the time out it takes to schedule those classrooms have on your entire office?
Right now we're in the midst of a lot of change. We're definitely, like I said, we're trying to increase enrollment for our new online MBA program,
Mhm.
which takes up a lot of time. If we didn't have to worry so much about scheduling classrooms so much, we would have so much more free time to focus on bigger projects and,
Yeah.
get our numbers where we really want them.
So, what would it mean to the university as a whole if you could cut that time it takes to schedule classrooms each semester in half?
Um, I think it would be amazing for us if we didn't have to worry about this and spend so much time focusing on something that should, just be so simple.
I see. It sounds really frustrating. Our scheduling software systems, it makes it easy to see which classes are happening when and where. Ad Astra's main goal is to graduate more students faster and on time through a reliable and simple scheduling process. We make that easy on you by providing a system that's user-friendly and allows you to see the big picture while cutting the time it takes you to schedule these classes in half. How does that sound to you?
I think I'm very interested. I think like it could be a nice fit for us for sure.
I think so too. What about student success? Talk to me about how long it typically takes for a student to graduate from ASU.
Our graduation rate for a 4-year degree is 5.2 years. That's crazy considering it's a 4-year degree.
Yeah, that is insane. What factors do you think play a role in how long it takes students to graduate?
I think a lot of it is on our part. Being such a big school, we've had a hard time having enough professors and resources for students because
Mhm.
in-person population is so crazy high.
How do you think individuals would view ASU if they could if they could graduate students faster and on time?
I think really it would bring us to the top of the charts in terms of graduation rates. I know would attract more students to our university because they have a better chance of graduating on time and, not spending the 5.2 years here.
Yeah, that's crazy. So do you think your students um, would be impacted, in a good way if they could graduate on time without having any complications regarding scheduling?
Yeah, I think they would honestly love it. I'm sure it's a pain for them to deal with scheduling issues and having it set them back in terms of graduation.
Like I've mentioned before, our goal is to help your students graduate faster and on time. It sounds like it's a problem for the university, and I'm sure that we can help. With our system, we can take a step back to see all of the courses offered and provide an efficient way to schedule these classes at times and in the classrooms that make the most sense for students. So I hear ASU's planning on building a new business building. Explain to me why you're looking into building a new one.
Yeah, we've been talking about that for a while. It seems like we don't have enough space for students to go. There's not enough room for our classes.
How would that building affect your budget with the business college?
Well, we talked about creating a new sales center for our students in our sales program. But with a new building, we want to be able to make that happen. Lots of budget cuts when it comes to students and
Mhm.
resources as well.
That's very unfortunate. What would the reaction of students be if the sales center didn't happen?
I know a lot of students would be very upset. We've been talking about it for some time and have even advertised it in the recruitment material. I don't want to get rid of that idea, but we need space for our students for sure.
So how would it impact the business college if you could eliminate the option of having to build a whole new building?
Honestly, it would save so much time and money, and we'd be able to give students what they really want. I
Mhm.
think it would be great if we didn't have to build a completely new facility.
I agree. While a new facility sounds nice, I believe the university could save a lot of money while also getting the same point across by not adding onto the business college. With our scheduling software, you can evaluate each individual class and see how you can make changes to the current course loads. Our system is designed to make it easier on you, and I believe we could help you with your scheduling process and even save you a lot of money.
Well, that sounds really good to me. Exactly does the system include?
I'm glad you asked. Let me show you. I'm going to go ahead and pull up a PowerPoint for you, some images, what exactly um, Astra scheduling is. All right, so for starters, Astra scheduling, it's an all-inclusive scheduling software. So this means um, you have all of the tools necessary to schedule classrooms and plan for events. You won't have to track down different people or um, documents or whatever you need for those different scheduling um, events. Um, you'll just have it all in one software in one system, and anyone can view it at any time. Do you think ASU would benefit from an all-inclusive software scheduling program? Um, what do you think?
Yeah, I think so. That'd be really nice to have all the information in one place instead of,
Mhm.
all over the place. It gets kind of crazy sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. It is a pretty handy tool, I think. Um, So we also have the resource tracker, which is one of my personal favorite tools that we have included in our software. So with the resource tracker, it eases the hassle of having to track down what is available in each classroom for professors and students at both. Um, as you can see here, um, this is our resource tracker. You can see the rooms, buildings, region, equipment and services, and notifications. So here's a resource list. This is just equipment that would be in a classroom, as you can see, a table, a DVD player, a media cart, fun stuff like that. So Wouldn't you enjoy not having to track all those things down when it comes to scheduling your classes?
Yeah, I love that idea. You also mentioned something about events planner as well. I'd love to hear
Yes.
more about that too.
Of course. So with the event scheduler, you are able to organize all of your event-related material in one place. As you can see, this is under the Events tab in our Astra scheduling uh, software. You can manage your events. You've got the event wizard. You can request new event guides, and of course, your notifications for the events. Excuse me. I know events are quite a pain to plan and keep track of, but with Astra scheduling, we help to alleviate that pain and make that process much smoother. So tell me, Cassie, what do you think? What do you think about our software overall?
I definitely think it sounds like a nice system. I would really like to know more about the pricing of the product
Mhm.
and what you're thinking along those lines.
Okay, sure. Let me give me one moment. So let's see. When we're talking about numbers, I believe our 1 year full package agreement would be best for your situation. And so this includes the classroom and event products, and it goes for $30,000. So to compare that with these products alone, our classroom scheduling program runs for $20,000 and our event scheduling runs for $15,000, both being 1 year agreements. With this contract, you would be able to test out the software for a year and see how you like it. If you don't think it works for the university after a year, we can look at some other alternatives. If you happen to love our software, which I have a pretty good feeling you will, I would be very happy to switch you over to a 3 year agreement, and that runs at $70,000. How do those numbers sound to you?
I definitely like the idea of the software, though the price is definitely a lot, like upfront. But I would just have to talk to my office and see what they think.
I know those numbers can seem a little daunting. However, I do want to emphasize the amount that you could be saving with our software. You have plans for a brand new business building. I can only imagine how much that building will cost, especially a third one to the business school. Now imagine taking that money and putting it into a scheduling program that is a fraction of the price of a new building. You would save a tremendous amount of money and would be able to make improvements to current buildings and have that sales center that you've had drawn up for the past few years.
Okay, that's definitely more reassuring. I am curious about your company, however. I've never heard of Ad Astra. It seems like a smaller company. How do I know that you're reliable and I can trust your software?
That's totally understandable. We are a pretty small company. Um, while we may be small, hundreds of miles away from your campus, I can assure you our software is a big deal. We worked with over 1,000 universities across the country to help graduate their students faster and on time. Some of our biggest clients are in Kentucky, where we increase productivity and graduation rates. We have several different case studies on our website I invite you to check out, and I'd be more than happy to send you links to. I can assure you we work hard to make our clients happy and and that their problems are all solved.
I would love to see those case studies. I'm sure they really show how great the company is and how your software works in real time.
Yes, they really do. I just want to recap. We talked about many of your issues that you've been facing regarding your classroom scheduling and organization. I know Astra Schedule will put your mind at ease when it comes to new scheduling, with benefits including an event scheduling portion, a centralized calendar, and an optimized schedule of classrooms. You have all of the tools necessary to create a semester by utilizing all of your available classrooms. So what do you think? Are you in?
Yes, I believe your system would honestly work really great for our university.
Perfect. I would love to set up another meeting with you and anyone else that would need to be in on this final decision, um, and go over the numbers more in depth and to sign that contract. Would 11 o'clock on Wednesday work with you?
Yeah, that sounds great. Let me double check my schedule once we're done here, and I'll definitely send you an email and let you know.
All right, I will send an email reminder once we get off here. I just want to thank you so much for meeting with me again, Cassie, and I look forward to hearing from you next week.
It was so nice meeting you, Bri.
Thanks. Have a good day.
Thanks, you too.
Bye-bye.